First question. What was the person that came up with this smoking? Seriously, what kind of concept is that? Plants versus zombies. As a row-based tower defense game where you plant things to fight off waves of zombies in the apocalypse instead of real weapons. And all of the plants have weird pun names? Second question, where can I get whatever they were smoking? Because apparently it was some good stuff. This was a weirdly good idea, a hidden gem of an idea. That ridiculous, over-the-top, crazy idea pushes it throughout the game so that you can't help but laugh or at least be charmed. I mean, sure it's ridiculous, but you know what else is ridiculous? A zombie putting a safety cone on his head for protection. A zombie reading a newspaper and doesn't want to be interrupted. A literal star fruit that shoots smaller stars in all directions. Plants vs. Zombies is ridiculous, crazy, and I love its charm and atmosphere. And I'm far from the only one. This game was so popular that it managed to sell over 300,000 copies on iOS in only 9 days, bringing in well over $1 million. That's just the iOS release. Then you have the other digital phone stores, the Steam version, the 3DS version, the digital versions for Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo eShops. I'm sure the Vita version was bought by at least 2 people. Oh yeah, there were 3 versions that were only available in China that no longer exist. No, I don't know why, and no, I don't want whatever China's apparently smoking. Point is, this was a really popular game, and given the beginning and the end of the game, I can see why. But I can also say that I'm not in a hurry to play it again. But let's start from the beginning. You are the homeowner. Zombies are coming. Crazy Dave shows up and gives you a... Hi. Thank you. What is this supposed to... Wait, why? You and me both, man. You and me both? Crazy Myth gives you your first plant and thus begins your defense against the zombie invasion. After each level, you'll unlock another plant, and once you've built up a strong defense, you'll be ready to move on. Personally, my defense involves exploding potatoes. As soon as I have that, my defenses are set. Not perfect, but I still find it amusing that 2 plants I got right at the start of the game are part of my perfect field state even at the end of the game. Just as you would be about to get tired of doing the same setup over and over and over, the game turns on its head and goes to the nighttime. At night, the sun, which is your currency to buy new plants, won't spawn on its own. The expensive plants you used in the day won't work as well because of this. So instead, you now start receiving mushrooms that cost less but are also less powerful. From there, it's on to the backyard where 2 lanes are taken up by a pool, so you can only have water plants there unless you place a lily pad first. Then you go to the backyard night, then up to your roof where you have to place pots to put your plants in. By the way, those pots are plants too! How does that even work? Wait, really? That's fascinating! So this works at first. The game trying to constantly add elements can be interesting as you need to change up your tactics to handle fog, water, night, and so on. But there really is still just one perfect strategy that worked for me. 2 lines of sunflowers. Use potato mines until you're ready to start planting, because you should be able to use them to fend off the first 3 zombies, which gets you well into the level. 2 front lines are spikeweeds. Behind those 2 lines are walnuts, planted as often as they're off cooldown. Behind the walnuts is a line of chompers. Behind that is a line of potato mines. In whatever space is left, put down whatever damage plants you have for distance. Personally, I prefer star fruits most, but they don't work that well on the roof. Once the level has dragged on so long that you have nothing left to plant, start digging up sunflowers and turn those rows into more damage plants. And this is the problem. You can change the environment all you want, but 90% of the plants that you gave me I didn't want or need. Every level just starts the same and lasts so long. Moment the game begins, plant a sunflower. Keep constantly planting sunflowers until you hear the first zombie spawn. Put down the potato mine in its way. Keep planting sunflowers. Plant a second potato mine. Keep planting sunflowers. It has been so long by this point, and after doing it over and over and over, and you will be sick of it. I know tower defense games can come across as long and tedious, but there is a reason that most of them have a speed up button. And I really like tower defense, but even to me this game feels drawn out and tedious. Just the same actions level after level that takes so long with nothing to work with it. But at the beginning, as you're unlocking new plants and discovering how they all fit together for strategies, it's a lot of fun. For the first time. But if you play it again, you'll just resent this part as you're forced to play through the slow levels without any of the plants you want or need. So upon replay, if the start is annoying and the middle is tedious, what's the ending? Well, the final boss is kinda cool, I guess. It was definitely tense, but that's not what matters. After you win, there's a music video. The sunflowers and zombies sing together and it's adorable. It's really hard to hate a game when it not only has fun moments, incredible creativity, but it also leaves you on such a happy note. You'll find yourself sitting there grinning and singing along. So I find this hard to hate. Is it a great game? I don't know the answer to that, because no, it's not great. It's not even really that good as far as tower defense games go. And yet, I've now played the game through entirely 4 times. No matter how bored I get in the middle, I keep picking it back up to play it again. Now, is that because of the mini games that they shoved in to try and add player retention? No, it is not. Those mini games are a fun distraction in the story mode, and why does a zombie Zen garden exist? But something about this game keeps me coming back, so its charm must be working. So where does that leave the game for this review? Couldn't have said it better myself, man. Oh. What? This is an October one.
What?
My goggles literally just disappeared. Really?
That sounds too much like Scooby-Doo.
Yes, it did. Would you like a Scooby snack or a shadow mystery to solve?
Zoinks, like, totally Scoobs, like, this cat got shit cut up.
Really?
I did something in Scooby-Doo.
Wait, really?
I am not Scooby-Doo. I am not Scooby-Doo. I am not Scooby-Doo.
Couldn't have said it better myself, man.